Hi, my name is Vishal and I'm a senior trainer in multimedia education. I have 18 years of industry experience and let's get started with the video. Hello guys, let's do the UV unwrapping of this dagger model. So before it goes to UV unwrapping, you should make sure that your model is neatly maintained in outliner, and also need to check with the channel box also. So I've got this dagger group, and then okay, that's a camera. So this dagger group is simple, and I need to select all of that objects, okay, and delete the history, edit delete by type history, and apply modify freeze transformation, and I'll just keep it in the group. Make sure that there is no orientation to that object, and good to go. So what is that I need to do is just apply the checker map, and you can start doing it. So I'll select all that objects. I press shift T on the keyboard and then assign a Lambert shader, and then in Lambert color attribute I will put the checker map. So I'm selecting this checker map and applying it to the object, okay. Then press 6 on the keyboard to see the textures in the viewport, and then you should able to see the textures popping up, and you should able to see the UVs are completely sheared and non-uniform throughout the model. And UV unwrapping, when we do as one asset, and if we are maybe working on UDIM tiles or a single tile, we should make sure that the checker pattern is of same size, and if we keep a variation like certain area look big and certain area look small, then you may be ending up getting different quality textures while you painting it. So I've got this model, so we'll do one by one. So let's start with this particular asset. So I'll go in the series. So I'll keep this UV editor open, and here we got the UVs of the object. I press Ctrl space to maximize the screen, and then bring on the UV editor on the side here, okay. So I can select that object, press Ctrl 1 to isolate the rest of the objects. It is very important to see how this model is, and planning the UVs accordingly will always help. So this is somewhere I can start with, okay. You can always apply automatic mapping and then try it. So for this model, not always, but for this model automatic mapping would be a good idea. So I select the object and apply automatic mapping, and then you get the model. So it's all about stitching things together. So I'm trying to identify the object, which is here. I press 5, and I could see this line is here. I hold shift right click and use this option called move and save UVs. So you should able to see that went here, and then I need a cut along this boundary, okay. So cut that UV. So this total face has been separated, and then select one of the UV here, okay. Just select that one of the UV, control right click, and then say UV shell, and that will select the whole shell like that. So once that is done, apply unfold. I can hold shift right click, then in the marking menu you got unfold, and then apply unfold there, and it just opens up nicely like that. And I just wanted to keep that aside. Now let's bring this part here, which is I could see here, and then I'm going to select that lines, okay, that line till this line, and apply move and save UV. Shift right click will give you this, and then choose move and save. If you should keep one thing in mind, that when you are selecting a UV, you do apply shift right click, you get a different marking menu. When you are in edge, you get a different marking menu, so you need to take care of that. And then I hold shift right click and then unfold, and then you get this model. I just select all that faces and then see whether I've got all that faces selected. So there are 2 pieces still missing, so I'm going to select that edges again, move and save. Okay, here I could see there's a connection, so which I need to break. I just wanted to see where this face is located. It's here. Move and save. Not this. So this one is the edge. I've selected the wrong side. I need to select this one. Apply move and save. It's going there. This one is the line which I need to cut. Okay, so select that line, cut UV edges, and then select the shell, and then good to go. Okay, so one thing I need to check, that which of these lines are seams, so you need to keep it here or here. So I'll select this one as my seam line, like that, and then apply cut UV edges. Cut UV edges, shift right click. Okay, so once that is done, what you need to do is you need to select this line. Okay, then apply move and save, and that will come and join. So I need to separate that, so I've selected that edge and cut, and then apply move and save, so that will go and stitch somewhere. So once I've selected all of them, I'll hold unfold and then see carefully what's going wrong. So I'm applying a cut, that because that's a separate piece. So here I need a stitch, I'm stitching it, and here I need a stitch. Here also I'm selecting, applying the stitch. Stitch is very simple, just you need to select the edge and then shift right click and then say move and save UVs, and then that will stitch like that. Okay, so let me select all the faces and see how much part of this is connected. Okay, that's good. Now let me select the arrowhead, stitch them, and we have the bottom. So here also I just go and then check the lines cutting, whether it happened in the correct direction or not. So always I in the 3 lines I prefer to cut the middle line only. So I'm selecting that edge, and I'm applying cut UVs, so that becomes a cut. I should able to see this part. Okay, that part need to be included with this, so I need to, there is a cut here, I need to stitch it. Okay, apply, move and save. Move and save. One save. Okay, I'll check the outside. Here I need to select, move and save. Okay, select all that UVs and unfold. You can press Ctrl U and then unfold it. So there's one piece which is I need to select that 2 lines, move and save, or maybe I need to select 1 line, move and save. Okay, so all that once I will unfold, and let me check the checkers, and then you should able to see the checkers there, which are fair enough. Okay, so I will press Ctrl 1 to exit this isolate mode. So we have one object. Let me first open the channel box. Okay, we have lot of history, so I am deleting the history of this object. Okay, you could see we have put a lot of effort in UV unwrapping this model, and to unwrap these 2 objects again you need to spend similar time, and then it doesn't work. So we have the same polygon model. I've just copied them. So what you need to do is you need to select these 2 objects and then go to mesh, and then you have this option called transfer attributes. Okay, so first you select the source, then select the target, and then just apply transfer, and then you should get the UVs transferred. But I don't think the correct transfer happened because the checkers are not looking same. So I'll undo it. Again I'll go for the mesh and then transfer attributes, and then a sample space I'll choose to component and then apply. Then you should able to see the transfer is perfectly done, and I'll do it for this also. And mind it, let's say if you do any modification for one object, if the history is connected, then it can generally show the effect on the other copies also. So to avoid that, you need to select that 3 objects and delete the history, and you're free. And that was a tough model because of too many subtle lines there. So let me select this one. Okay, and then this model should be easy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select this model. I'll apply the planar mapping. Go to UVs, planar mapping, and I'm going to project a planar mapping from the Z axis, and then you should get the UVs perfectly done. So the only thing you should able to do to get correct result is just select the middle line. Okay, select the middle line and make sure that it is running through the model, and just cut it. So you have cut from there. And one more thing we should do is cut this particular object. While I'm doing UVs, I could find some issues in the model. Some of the areas are n-gons. I've seen in the previous model, and this one we have got n-gons. So I need to address that thing. So this is not separated. Let me see why. There is a small edge which is not cut, so I need to cut it. I again carefully look this side. Now when you should see that separation. which is here. Okay, now select all the faces and then apply planar mapping again. So in this case you can choose camera view and then project planar mapping like that. So all good. So it's very easy and quick. So select these UVs which are basically in blue color. Okay, so blue color and numbers are straight, 1 2 3, all that are straight. So just you need to unfold it and you get the UVs done for it. Now if I select the other side, this is in red color, and when the UVs are in red color you should able to see the number is reverse. So what you should do is you need to select the UVs, go to modify and apply flip. Okay, and then the UVs will flip and turn to blue, and then apply unfold, and then you get that UVs of this side too. Select the bottom one, unfold. You can press Ctrl U also for unfold, or you can go to modify and then search for unfold tool here. So once that is done, press 1. As I told you, you might have some construction history. Press Alt Shift D and the construction history goes away. Select this model and select that model. Go to mesh, transfer attributes, and then use component space and transfer, and then you should get the transfer happening. It didn't happen. Why is that? Let me see. Select the model firstly, and okay, first I'll just go to modify, freeze transformation, and let me check the display and enable face normals. Okay, so display polygons, enable face normals. I select this one, I enable face normals. You should able to see the normals are facing outside, and for this when I say face normals display, they are also facing outside only. So let me see if anything wrong with this model. So normals are straight, channel box value sometimes negative can create problem. So let me try it again. Mesh, transfer attributes. Okay, component space is what I was trying. It's not at all showing. Let me try UV space. It doesn't work at all. Local space, no. So some problem with this guy. I don't know what's. There might be any issue like you have non-planar faces or concave faces or non-manifold geometry. Anything of that sort can happen with this model. Okay, so I'll go to the display, polygons, and then switch off face normals, and then non-manifold geometry option I kept it on, and then I say clean up. Okay, so that's my last resort, and then I'll apply the transfer attributes for the component space, and it's not happening. Let me go to mesh display and reverse the normals. Not happening. So what is the issue with this model? Normals, there is no issue with the normals. So you know what's the best thing I can do with this when things are not working in your favor? okay, and delete it. That's best thing. Okay, display polygons face normals off, because it's the same thing. We have duplicated the model, right? So we are now duplicating it after UVs. That's the best way to do. Scale Y -1, and then and what I need to do is go freeze the transformation of this. Okay, why is that freeze transformation? Because when I did that here, it gave a negative value. Now once you got the negative value, the UVs will be red. Then you need to select that UVs and flip it. That correction has to be done when you are doing a symmetry. Now let's try this guy. Again, it's very simple, I believe, but until we do it, we don't understand. So I choose the Z axis and planar mapping. That's the thing I was talking about. Now thing is, I need to separate certain things here. This one I need to cut it off. Cut UVs. Okay, then we can move it aside. Okay, so I have to do that on the bottom side also. Cut UVs, move it aside, so you have that separated. I need to cut here. Here, here, so that three are separated. I'm cutting this and cutting this. So we have the stones also separated, 4 stones on 4 sides. So the model is done very quickly. Okay, the only thing right now I should do is cut it from the middle. Okay, you should able to see I don't have a middle line here, so I'm using the multi-cut tool. I'm holding control and then add a line in the middle. Okay, that's very important, and then cut it. I should have done while I was doing model. So that's the reason a good modeler can become only when you are involved in the other departments in like rigging and animation, UVs. You'll understand their requirements and you can serve a better model to them. So I go to modify and then apply flip and then apply unfold. Press 6 on the keyboard. So we'll fix all this. Modify, flip, modify, flip, press Ctrl U, Ctrl U, So I select these faces and apply planar mapping from the camera view, and then select these faces, planar mapping again, select the faces, apply planar mapping, select the faces, planar mapping, planar mapping. Okay, so all are in blue color, just need to select and then unfold. Unfold tool I've used. To repeat that tool I need to press G on the keyboard. Okay, then this blue shade, if you want it to go away, put your cursor in the UV editor, press 4, press 5 4 to switch, and then press 6 to see the textures, but make sure that where is your cursor is located is very important. So that's done. I select this model, hide it, and bring up this one. Okay, what I'm going to do is just apply a planar mapping. Don't worry about which mapping you are in and all, just select, just wanted to keep it like that, and then cut one line and then unfold. Press Ctrl U for that, and then you get the unfolder. Very simple. And then bring up the cloth model, Shift X, then bring it up. Okay, again this model is thick model, so I need to deal this carefully. So let me if you see, there is a tool here called auto seams. First apply a planar mapping, that will make it seamless. Then you can say auto seams, so it will try to make certain part and then unfold it, and that simple it is. Don't struggle too much to make the UVs of this, it's very quick. This feature cannot be achieved in the older versions. The new version unfold only is able to give you this result. Okay, and once you have done all the UVs, okay, as I told in channel box, first you delete the history, and all the values should be 1, it's very important. Then select all that objects, go to modify, layout. Okay, layout, I need to say one thing, that is shell pre-scaling and preserve 3D ratios is very important. And then right now it is distributed in only one tile, and then just say layout, and this is now arranged like that. Now the problem is this model, this model is guiding the scale of the other models here. So what is the maximum? I mean, first thing is this layout tool will try to keep the checkers uniform. That means checker size is same on all pieces. Now in that case, this is the longest object we have in this total collection, and it tried to fit into the tile to the maximum capacity, and after this size the other pieces are arranged to match with this size. And how do you fix it? I say that you should cut this into several small pieces. Okay, just you need to cut that. Let's say if the cuttings are too small, then at least you can think of a little bit bigger one. I mean, avoiding less seams, bringing up less seams. Okay, so I've cut this object. Then again I'll apply layout, and you should be able to see things are much better this time because I've cut them. Now things, when they don't work with the tools, you have to come into the action, that is you need to arrange them. Very important thing is you need to use this space efficiently. Don't waste this space at all. So what I'm doing is I'm selecting all these UVs. I'm going to scale it slightly bigger to utilize it to the maximum capacity. Okay, then I'm going to arrange them going close. Okay, this is the maximum I could generally use in it, and I don't say this is the best. I can still scale it little bit big and use it much more efficiently, but I need to spend some quality time on it. That's it. And then you get I should able to see that the checkers on the model is consistent. Okay, once this is done, open the channel box, make sure that the history is deleted, and this model is good to go for texture painting. So I have plans to take this to ZBrush and then sculpt and then bring that normal maps and then go to substance painter and texture paint it, and let's see how this all will go. Thank you.